Hi everyone. So a new toy arrived this week. So we've come to the motorhome to give an unboxing and show you exactly what you get, because this seems to be causing a bit of a stir in the motorhome world and the caravanning world, obviously, if it's good or not. So what I've got is, fresh off the press, is the Starlink. So we're going to unbox it so you can see exactly what it is, see what you get in the box, so the full unboxing. Then we can talk through the setup, the prices, and actually does it perform better than the 5G that's in the antenna on the roof that's connected through our Wi-Fi, or even hotspotting through your phone on the speed. So let's unbox it and let's see what you get. So Krista has no idea what I'm actually talking about or doing here, so this is interesting for her. So here we go. So,
I wouldn't use the word interesting, but okay.
So, cardboard box. Now, what's interesting is Starlink have an offer on at the moment in the UK. So for the roaming, it's £225. So for the hardware, which is half price at the moment, or you can get a refurbished one. Now I've gone for the refurbished one, which was 150 quid, because I saw someone else on YouTube had done one for their house, and it was literally brand new when they opened it. It looked no different to a new one altogether. So let's see. So you've got your stand, and I can tell you now, there is no marks on this whatsoever. That is literally brand new. Then you've got your dish, which, as you can see, it's actually got dust. I don't think the camera will pick that up, but there's actually dust on it, so pretty much brand new. Obviously your instructions, by the looks of it. Nice big bit of cardboard for that one. Your router, again, looks absolutely brand new. There's no chips or anything. Look, you can see there, look, you can push the camera there, you can just see the dust coming off it, where it's obviously just been sat in a factory. Sound effects. A sticker, if you want to put a sticker on it. Your lead, obviously going from the aerial to the router, and your cable. So I've just stuck the inverter on, so you can see how all this will work, and if it's any good. So let me get rid of all the packaging, and I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, so it says you've got to have a clear line of sight to the sky, which obviously makes sense, and it's pretty good because it's just been chucking down a rain. So all that, we'll plug that into the router. Untangle the cables, put them under the van. So that's a clear sight to the sky. Oh, bloody hell, it's cold out there. Okay, so obviously it's outside. This is the router that you get with it. So we've plugged that in. You then plug this in. Yep. Now the good thing is that is fully attached to the Starlink satellite outside. So if you thought someone's going to just pull it away and nick it, like, it's attached to here, so they'll have to cut the cable to nick it from you. So we'll just dump that there for now. Right. Now we get the phone out, and what you do is you have to obviously have the Starlink itself, and then you connect to it obviously into your Wi-Fi. So if I connect into the Starlink, now this should work, I don't know, this is the first time. So now we can go back to the Starlink and connect. It's connected. So let's see what you have to do. Okay, it wants to reboot itself, so 1 second. We'll come back in a second once it's rebooted.
Right, James, how are you getting on?
So obviously, like anything, very easy to plug everything in, but then a little bit of impatience kicks in. So it's saying it wasn't connecting, but actually what it's ended up doing is rebooting, and now it's downloading updates. So I think when you get it, you've probably got to have about 15 to 20 minutes of patience while it's either updating or it's going to be searching for different satellites as well. Now, one thing to notice from the box, as you can see now,
Oh, look, the sky's blue
the
now.
sun's come out, is when it comes out the box, you automatically want to try and pull it up to the sky. Don't do that. Everything is automatic. So, as you can see, just from there, everything is automatic. So, obviously, a Starlink next to a Tesla, as you can see, we are big Elon Musk fans, or I am. So, what will happen is it'll come in the box and it'll be at a slant. And as you put it in, as you saw, into the hole there, you think, well, you'll pull it to obviously connect to satellites. Don't do that. Just go onto the app and it automatically starts to do everything. So let's see where we're at. So we're online. It keeps going online and offline, as you can see. It's currently doing quite a few updates, and as you can see there, it'll go offline. It'll go on online again. Is it moving around, Krista?
No.
No.
It has moved.
It has moved. It was upright flat and it's gone. So at the moment, I'm downloading 2004 or 5. So I can't come off this yet, just while it's doing the updates, because then I want to show you what the speeds I'm getting just off my mobile phone in the van, and also what we're getting off the 5G antenna with the Wi-Fi in the van as well, just to see if it's any different. But the reason why I've gone for the Starlink, and if we talk about prices just while this is happening, is the cost. So a lot of people think it's very expensive to have, which in the scheme of things, it probably is if you're not using your van all the time. But when we're away, I especially have to work, and I need good connectivity. And even though the 5G Motorhome Anywhere, or whatever it's called, works well, it can be slow, and it only works well when it's really on the 5G anyway. You know, when I'm on the 4G, it's not that fast. It takes a lot of things to download if I'm on the laptop, and I've got a lot of attachments that I need to download or upload as well, and it takes a long time. I think just for quick streaming on your Netflix, Amazon, etc., it works absolutely fine, and we've not really had any issues, have we?
No.
On that one, and that's in the UK and in Europe. But we have gone to certain places like on the NC500 or in Europe as well, where we've struggled to get any phone signal or internet signal as well. Which
we've been in places in England where we've struggled to get.
And England, okay, not obviously the NC500 being Scotland, but obviously we'll include England as well,
Yeah.
just to make sure we're not left out.
Yeah.
Should we say Wales as well?
Yeah.
And Wales, but we've not been to Northern Ireland yet, so at least we're including everything there within the British Isles. So it's we just want to be obviously connected when I need to be, and the nice thing is the cost. So as I said earlier, they have an offer on at the moment, so you can, the hardware normally is about £499 to buy. It's 500 quid to buy, 450 quid, sorry, to buy, and they've got it on half price at the moment, so you can buy it for £225. Which still seems a lot.
It does seem a lot
when you think about it. But they've got refurbished stock which, let's be honest, Starlink, not a lot of people have got it. So what they're classing is refurbished at the moment. And as you saw with the unboxing, it's pretty brand new. There's dust on it. So it's not like it's being used. There's no visible marks or anything on there. So for me, I think what they've had is just a test one out, and this is now classed as refurbished. So you can buy that for 150 quid. Then you've got your monthly outgoings. So your monthly outgoings are, which Krista doesn't know this yet, £85 a month, which, as you can see, I hid that one from her. But this is the plus. You can stop and start it any 30 days you want. And this is where you have to start being clever with your mathematics. So because we've already got the 5G attached to the van anyway, and we pay next to nothing for the eSIM in there, is if I get to a 30 days where I go, I don't really need it, I'm not using the van, we're not away, or anything like that, I'll just press stop. So I won't have it for 30 days, so I won't be paying 85 quid. But when obviously I am using it, then I've got 85 quid for 30 days. So I'm probably really likely over a 12-month period to have it switched on maybe 3 to 4 months maximum over the year, which then I think that's good money to make sure you're connected. In a couple of weeks, we're going to be in an area which I will do another video just to showcase this. So it'll be interesting because you're going to see this video first. So I'll either eat my words to see if it's any good or not. In an area that friends of ours have been who have said it is a mobile black spot. So there is no reception at all. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this works. And also, of course, on your phones, you can have Wi-Fi calling these days. So at least then we are connected. And I think this is one of the key things that when you get into these areas, you want to make sure that it does work. And I think especially if you're traveling for work, it's going to be great. I think if you're living in your van, this is probably going to be something good for you as well, because yes, it's more expensive, but let's be honest, in our own house, I think with the TV package, internet, so yeah, we get the TV package on it, but with the internet and everything included, that's around 90 odd quid anyway. So if you're paying £85, you're not a million miles away, and that's unlimited usage within the European region. So it doesn't matter where you go. So if you know, for people who travel overseas, when you go to France, Spain, etc., you will have your phone. You'll be told you have the same usage as you have in the UK. So you'll think, great, I've got unlimited. Well, you don't, because you'll have a fair usage policy, and the maximum you can use against your own bills is 12 gigabytes. I can assure you 12 gigabytes does not last long from that, or you can pay each day to have unlimited use. So again, I'm with a 3 network, and I remember correctly, it's £5 a day. £5 a day for a data passport. So if you're away for 30 days with your £5, it soon adds up. And of course, you know, you haven't always got that guaranteed reception because you are bouncing on the networks over there. So you might not be on 5G, you might not even be on 4G in some of the places that you're in, because a lot of the places you'll stop at in France are rural and they don't have the infrastructure. Right, let me stop waffling and let's get connected. So what I'm going to do first, before I connect to the Starlink, is if I get Krista to have the camera so I can show you. So I've turned the Wi-Fi off. So we are currently on 5G at the moment in the area that we're in. We're in our storage yard. So let me run a speed test. So this is on the 3 network. Don't want Wi-Fi on. I want 5G. Let hit go. And we're connecting. I think Starlink might struggle to compete with this, because I think we must be right under the 5G antenna for where we're based here, because this is pretty impressive. So as you will see, for where we are here is, look at that. So this is on the normal phone signal. So my download speeds are 704 megabytes per second, and the upload is 16 megabytes per second. So pretty impressive. So let's put the Wi-Fi on. And I'll connect to the van one first. Wait for the 5G one to kick in. There we go. So there we are. Let's go to speed test. Let's hit go. Now this will be really interesting actually to see if this works any better than the phone signal itself, and the answer is no. It is really struggling. Look. So I'm now only getting 290 megabytes per second downloads, and the upload is 15. You know what? I'm going to start that again because I think possibly that is bouncing around still from connecting. So let's try it again. No, as you can see. So here's a shock. So the download speed's only hitting 154 there. Now this is on the 5G antenna, the one that you pay extra for. So this is really interesting. Now I know against 4G, it is a lot better from that. So we'll be on 150 more megabytes per second, and uploads slightly higher at 19. So the trick is, let's see what the Starlink's like. Now, from what I'm being told, we're not expecting it to be any faster, but what we're expecting is black spot areas. So even though this is a test, and it might not obviously work now as well, we'll soon find out. So there it is, outside, as you can see on the floor. So it's moved away to get all the satellites. I could have probably moved it a bit further away from the van, but it just says it needs a clear view of the sky. Let's go into the Starlink app. We have to connect. Oh, one second, it wants to update again. So this video is going really well. As Krista is laughing away. The weird thing is the router doesn't really flash any colours or anything. So yeah, we're going to have to wait for the Starlink to be updated. Maybe I'm being a bit premature and I'm trying to obviously connect too fast. Too excited to see the Starlink work. So yeah, that's doing its update as well. So I'm just really intrigued on the 5G. What network are you on at the moment? On the phones, for the speed I got off the phone to the speed with the antenna, which is on the roof with you know, no obstructions around it, had a much better speed. So we have a few strange goings on with the setup. It's calculating the orientation. What Krista said, it ain't moving. And it's not moving, but as you can see, it's starting to rain now as well. So, and there's some big dark clouds coming in.
It's raining and it's cold.
It's cold because I haven't put the heating on. So it will be interesting now to see how this does perform. Just to give you a comparison. No, it is doing all the updates. So, Krista is currently on 4G in this area. So we're going to do a speed test on hers.
Oh, it's hailing now.
Oh, hailstone now. So on the 4G, it ain't very good. And it just shows you now that in today's modern world, it ain't good, as you can see. 4G, 48 megabytes, which might be alright for most people. But if you've got various items on the internet and TV and work, it's not good. And that's not going to go anything really over 10 megabytes. And that's on the 4G network. So there you go. Oh, 11.8. So there you can go, as you can see. Luckily, the Starlink is weatherproof because there's hailstone coming down on it. So if we want a good test, this has to be it. Now what's interesting is it warms up. So it can be used in the snow and everything as well. So of course, this is really good, but it does take, I think, up to 25-30 miles an hour of wind. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it was. It can go down into the minus figures as well. so I'm not expecting the hailstone to do any damage.
They're melting as soon as they
So I say, oh, as Krista said there, they're melting as soon as they're actually hitting on it. So it's going off straight away. So once the updates are finished, hopefully we can give this a proper test. Again, it's calculating the orientation. It's talking to the satellites to determine which way it is pointing. So yeah, obviously interesting at the moment to see how this is working. But it's not moved yet. So it's interesting the way it's gone there, because effectively that's pointing directly at the van.
I'm really questioning your use of the word interesting. Dear God.
If you find this interesting, give us a thumbs up. Well, let us know if you've been thinking about Starlink, and put some comments below about if you've got it, what you think about it at the moment, and if you've not got it, what are you thinking of? What would you like to know? And yeah, look, it's as raw as it can be. So no polished video here. We're going to show you as it is. So hopefully we'll be online soon, because it's downloading another update. For anyone who has Teslas, you'll all know Elon Musk loves updates. He loves an update. So Starlink is no different here. It is update after update after update. So I think we'll just come back when it's ready, because at the moment I'm running out of words to say. As you can see, Krista's very interested in this experiment, aren't you?
No.
Not really. So everything's now set up, as you can see, with the Starlink there outside. Sunshine out now, but it has been hailing, as you saw, and raining. So while it's been doing all its updates, I've been running a load of speed tests while this is going on. Now, what's interesting is it doesn't beat the 5G on the iPhone at all. The average of the speed test, and I can show you now, which is what's been coming up. Excuse the Lucozade bottle, I got a bit thirsty. This is the average that I've been getting. Is about, from the router to the internet, 176 megabytes, but that's been consistent, so it's not been, ranging from 200 to 400 or anything like that. And then the upload has been typically round about 11 up to 15, give or take. But obviously then you've got the device to the router as well. So interesting on the speed test that obviously the 5G wins on the phone. But I think what's interesting is there's hardly any latency lag within this, and it is rapid. You can see it when you start the advanced tests. It literally is just go, go, go. And it's instant right up there, as you can see. So I've been playing around with the app as well, which is really, really interesting what you can actually do on the app all together. So if we're having a look at it, what you are able to do, if I go back, so you can see when you're online, let's try and get that window. Bear me 1 second. Hopefully you can see this a little bit better now. So closing all the wrong ones. Hopefully you can see this a lot better. So it will show you when you are online and obviously connected. Then you've got your statistics, which you can click in, and it will then run through pretty much everything that you need. Well, should do. Obviously it's not working now, which is great. Come back to that. There we go. So the uptime, where it is, if it's had any outages as well. So boring stuff, basically, unless you're a techie geek. As I say, we've gone offline for a second there. And then we're back online straight away. You've got to remember we're connecting to satellites here, so there is obviously a difference. Any obstructions in the area? So as you can see there, it is showing that there has been some obstructions up in the sky, but the rest of the blue, very clear view. So it'd be interesting to know what them obstructions would be. That would be quite cool to know on this. You've obviously got your speed test, and then you've got your settings. So you've got your router, which is that bad boy there. Obviously your network, whatever you want to call it, your content filtering, so you can click on that and you can have no filtering. malware or malware and adult content, and then you just save it. So let's change that. All done. You can then reboot the router just by sliding it across. Then you can do your custom DNS. You can then do a bypass mode, but that's if you really want to get into some advanced stuff and you need some extra cables from Starlink itself. And you can do a factory reset. Also, you've got Starlink itself, where you can then put the snow melt on. So I have it on automatic at the moment, or you can preheat it, obviously, if you're in an ultra cold area. The sleep schedule, so if you've got it on all time, you can put it to sleep. And then your reboot Starlink, and again the stow. So this is if you're going to keep the box like I am, then put it in the garage. Don't, as I was saying earlier, when it comes out, you'll see it and you'll try and force it up to have a clear view of the sky, so it's flat. You don't do that. Everything's done on the app. So just let the automation take care of itself. So when you go to pack it away, and if you're going to keep it in the box, then you're going to press the stow Starlink, and it's going to go back into that full position, so it fits into the box perfectly. So I really hope that's been helpful to you. It's been a bit more long-winded than I would have liked, purely because obviously it took a while to update, but it was fresh out the box. But at the moment, I'm in two minds. Obviously, you know, the 5G where we are, we're in a perfect location, for 5G. So, of course, it's winning hands down. But I think the true test is going to be when I'm in a more rural location where the 5G is pretty much not available, and the 4G can be hit and miss. And I think that's where the Starlink will really come out and see. So, as I say, just a quick update. The new toys arrived, so there's a little test. Obviously, I have a month to play with it before I can decide to switch that internet off until obviously I'm away and I need to really use it again. But I'm impressed with the kit. It is super easy to use. Once you've got over the 15-20 minutes of updates, don't be like me and be a bit impatient. You know, wait for it's all done. I think actually when we get into rural areas, I think we're going to shock a lot of people who don't think this is worth the money. But we'll soon find out in a few weeks. So drop all them questions. Give us a subscribe if you want to be kept up to date. And I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.
Bye.
Super excited, Krista.